Hello. I often get asked about the best ways to get gold in this game. I mean, I have made a few videos about this in the past, but most of those are a bit older now. So I thought I'd want to do like kind of a shortish video about like kind of like the top 5 ways to get gold. So we're gonna start with number 5. And that is through here. This is like the first place people are introduced to getting gold. This is number 5 because this is actually not that good of a way to get gold. It's actually cost quite a bit of emeralds for not a lot of gold. Even at level 130, you only get 4350 if you get a 1 times on a 20 roll. So it's really not that exciting, but you probably do want to do this once per day just so you can get your daily Emerald Exchange quest, the Emerald Exchange. Just spend the 20 a day. This is all you should really do on this because there are better places to spend emeralds. There's also places you can spend emeralds. They'll potentially get you a lot more gold than the Emerald Exchange. Like the chance of getting 100x is really small, so don't try to get gold from here. This is just not the best way to do it. There are other places. There's other ways to get gold, which we'll talk about further in this list. But I just want to mention this for completeness sake because this is a way to get gold. It's just not the best one, which is why I rank it at number 5. Moving on, let's talk about the next best place to get gold. At number 4 is the tower. So the tower is available to players when they reach level 15. When I started the game, it was level 40. I think it was also still level 40 when I started my Let's Play series. But fairly recently, they changed it to level 15. This means the tower is available to most players probably on their first day of playing. If not on their first day, it's going to be on their second or third day of playing. So this is going to be, as a new player, one of the best ways for you to get gold because this is going to be accessible to you at a pretty low level. When you first do the tower as a new player, you have to fight enemies on these different floors. But once you get to level 130, you do get the instant clear, and you can get quite a bit of gold from these chests. Like how much gold you get, I think, is based on level, but it adds up to being quite a bit. You also get tower coins. You can get items. All these could be really helpful to a newer player who is, like I said, who's just starting out. Like I said, you need items, you need tower coins, and you also need gold. So this is just a great thing. You can do this once a day, and I totally recommend making sure you do your daily tower quests, like you do your daily tower runs, because it does add up to a lot of stuff, especially for a newer player. You just want all this stuff. Like even on higher levels, though, the items are still valuable. The tower coins are still valuable. So it's just a pretty good mode. Like so it's just and the fun fighting the monsters on lower levels is actually kind of fun. Like especially when you first do the tower, it's kind of exciting the first few runs. Like there's buffs and stuff you can buy, but once you finish the tower, once you finish it, you can actually get you get a bunch of your tower. You could get your tower points, and you get a reward. And there's actually 400,000 gold in this reward if you get max points, and that's a pretty substantial amount of gold too, especially as a newer player. So you can literally get 400,000 gold a day from that. Plus, you can get up to another 100,000 gold from your soul coins. Any soul coins you don't trade, you spend on buffs. You can actually trade for gold at the end of the tower. So that'll add up to a bit more gold as well. And this can, like I said, be a pretty significant amount of gold a day for a new player. Like you can literally get at least 500,000, if not more, depending on how the chests go, depending on your level. So this is definitely one of the better ways to get gold as a newer player on lower levels. Moving on then to number 3. So if you play the game, there will be like events like every week, or sometimes there'll be multiple events a week, and some of these events will give you gold, but other events will actually give you like boxes and stuff that contain items, including gold. And if you take advantage of those quests, sometimes you can get quite a bit of gold from like boxes and stuff. These ones have like hero souls and they have other items, but they also have gold coins in them. I generally recommend opening these during like times when you need to collect hero souls, because you will get a lot of hero souls in this, and there's quests for collecting hero souls pretty regularly. But if you but you also get like skin stones, but there's also a lot of gold in these. If you take advantage of these kind of items, like some of these might not be, there you go, 500,000 gold right there. Like these kind of items, they do add up. Plus you get more dolls for the dolls, and if you open them all, you can end up with a few million gold sometimes from a good doll opening. Sometimes you can end up with tens of millions of gold, just depending on the event. So this is actually not a bad way to get gold, especially if you take advantage of these kind of events that give you these kind of boxes, or the demon doll type events. But yeah, like I said, they're just good to have all around for like a number of different quests, including like current quest. This one doesn't a gold quest, but this has a skinstone quest. So those skin stones I got from those are also helps for opening during this kind of event. So they're pretty good to have in general. Moving on then to number 2. So unlike the last one, which is more as a place to get gold for newer players. This is the one that I recommend for players who've been playing for a while, and that's XP potions. Once you get to level 130, you don't need EXP potions anymore because, well, level 130 is the max level, so there's no need to level up your heroes anymore. So what happens with all your EXP potions is they kind of build up and accumulate, and you'll get a lot of these pretty quickly just by playing the game, doing your dailies, and whatever, just raiding missions or whatever, and these will accumulate, and right here, all these XP potions, this is 89,000 gold right here. I can sell this, get almost 100 million gold, and I'll have enough gold for the next month for different events. There's plenty of gold for like raid buffs and stuff for a few weeks. So yeah, like ends up being a pretty decent way to get cash in the later game after you get to level 130. So like that EXP potions, definitely a source of gold. All right, so time for number 1. So we talked about a number of different ways to get gold, but by far the best way to get gold is actually from the Titan Soul Shop. This is the way to get gold. If you don't know about the Titan Soul Shop, it's probably because you're newer player. But when you get one of your Titans to Absolute Star, that is, you get this here, Absolute Star. This is when you've evolved your Titan to a high enough rank that they're Absolute Star and you have extra soul coins. Like all your extra soul coins, when you open them, like right, if you have like all your soul stones, like if you already have them all Absolute Star, you can go, this merchant will appear and you can trade these souls for Titan soul coins. And the Titan soul coins could be used to buy sparks of power, could be used by Titan potions, but can also be used to buy gold. And this is by far the best way to buy gold because look at this. I can literally buy 805 million gold right now with how many Titan soul coins I got. Right, so this is by far the best way to get gold. And you also, like I said, you can do you get Titan souls from your dungeon, you get Titan souls from your from opening spheres and stuff. But like I said, so this is probably like I said, you could also do dungeon, like if your Titans are good enough and you don't mind doing the dungeon, you can actually go pretty deep in the dungeon every day. Like you can literally do hundreds of floors to collect a lot of soul stones every day, but if you don't want to spend spheres. But also in the dungeon, this is kind of like in addition to that one, you can also get gold in the dungeon itself, which it has some synergy, not a lot of gold. But let's go to I'm going to show you, like if you aren't familiar with the dungeon yet, like if you're like a brand new player, the dungeon is on you open when you get Titans. When you join a guild at level 30, you can get Titans and do the dungeon every day. This is where you get a lot of Titan soul stones, but like every 10 floors, you can get one of these things, and you get rewarded for gold for this. Like the higher level your dungeon, the more gold you get. So this is like if you're somebody who does deep dive into the dungeon, you like to do a lot of dungeon, you can potentially get some extra gold from there. But all those souls you get can then be traded, and then you can trade that for more gold in the Titan Soul Shop, and that is easily the best way to get gold. And like I said, if you're in a good active guild, you probably get lots of these spheres every day, and you can just open as many as you want, or just save them for events where you need to open some spheres. And then just trade those spheres. Like I said, once you get your Titan's Absolute Star, you can do it here. You can also buy these for emeralds. And for newer players, honestly, this is probably a better use of your emeralds than using the Emerald Exchange. Like I said at the very beginning of this video, the Emerald Exchange is not a great way to spend your emeralds. Like there's just better things to do. Like I said, you can do it during events. You can spend it, or just spending it like here for like Titans. Is probably going to be a bit better value for your money in the long term because one, you'll get your Titans Absolute Star faster. You're more likely to get you'll get your Super Titans faster, but you'll also get your soul coins, which can probably be traded for most cases. All these extra soul coins you get, like just from 10 spheres. And there you go. I got quite a few. There you go. Just from 10 spheres. You can get quite a few Titan soul coins once all your Titans are Absolute Star. Which is just going to be a lot better value for your emeralds on average than spending them here. But yeah, those are the top 5 ways to get gold. And if you want to learn about the skill every player must master, please check out the video below. And as always, thank you for watching.